So find the initial basic feasible solution for the following transportation table by using the VAM method, that is Vogel's approximation method. They have given the transportation table as follows. The first thing is we have to find out whether it is a balanced transportation table or imbalanced transportation table. For that, add all the total number of supply and total number of the demand. If you add total number of demand, that is summation of AI, and total number of supply, that is summation of BJ, that is equals to 950. So it shows that it is a balanced transportation table, and we can solve this transportation table very easily. So first step is we have to find out the first penalty row wise as well as the column wise. So that is indicated by P1. So when the penalty is calculated in such a way that we have to see the least number in this table, the two least numbers which are present in the table. Here in this table, the two least numbers are 11 and 13. The difference between these 13 minus 11 is 2. So row wise you get the difference. Here it is 2. And here in this table, 14 and 10, they are the least numbers. So the difference is 4. Next, the least number is 10 and 13. 13 minus 10 is 3. This is the penalty row wise. In the same manner, we have to find out the column wise penalty also. Okay. So 11, 16, 21, among this the penalty is 11 and 16, they are the least numbers. So 16 minus 11, we will get it as 5. Similarly, here 18 minus 13, so it is 5. Here 13 minus 14, 14 minus 11, it is 1, and 10 minus 10, that is 0. So row wise penalty and column wise penalty is completed now. Now what you have to do is, after finding the penalties, you have to select the maximum number which is present in the penalty row and column. Here throughout this row and this column, the maximum value is 5. So here 2 5 numbers are there. Any one 5 you can select it. Okay. So this is the penalty. In this column, which number is least, you start allocating from that cell. In this column, the least number is 11. So allocation is started from this cell. Here it is 200, demand is 200, and the supply is 250. So demand is 200, so you have fulfilled 200 here. 200 is allocated. Among 250 supply, you have supplied 200. So the remaining supply is 250 minus 200, so remaining is 50. Okay, 200 is supplied, so that's why it is 0. So since the 0 is exhausted in this column wise, so delete this column. Okay, the first cycle is completed now. Now for redraw the table once again for the second penalty. I am redrawing now. O1, O2, O3. Since D1 is deleted, D2, otherwise you can keep as it is, D1, D2, D3, D4, supply. Here it is the demand. The D1 is anyhow we have divided, he deleted, keep it as it is. Now 13, 18, 24, 225, and to here it is 275, 250, 950, 400, 300. Here the remaining is 50, 14, 10, 10, 13, 14, 17, and D1 is deleted, no need to fill that on. Now again find out the penalty, second penalty, that is P2, row wise as well as column wise. Okay, so here the two least numbers are 13 and 14. The difference between these will be 1. 14 minus 13 is 1. Here 14 minus 10 it is 4. 13 minus 10 it is 3. Similarly column wise, here nothing is there, leave it blank. Column wise also you have to get the difference. 18 minus 13, so it is 5. Here it is 1. 10 minus 10 it is 0. Right. After that, find out the highest value which is present in this penalty row as well as column. Throughout this row and column, the highest value is nothing but 5. That is here it is 5. Select this column. In this column, the least element is 13. So start the allocation from that cell. Okay. So here the demand is 225 and the supply is 50. So 50 is supplied here, nothing is left. So 225 minus 50 you are doing. So 225 minus 50 in the sense you will get 175. Remaining is 175 here. So since the supply is fulfilled for this cell, so delete this row. Okay. And now again redraw the table and continue the same process. That is D1, D2, D3, D4. O1 is deleted. Let it be as it is. Okay. So here first origin is deleted. Keep it as it is. And the second one is 18, 14, 10, 24, 13, 10. And the supply and demand is here first thing is blank. Here 175, 275 and 250. Okay. Here it is supply 300, 400. Now once again calculate penalty row wise as well as column wise. That is P3. P3 penalty. Row wise, first one is blank, nothing is there, so leave it blank. And the second, here the penalty is 4. 14 minus 10, the difference will be 4. And here 13 minus 10, the difference is 3. Column wise, first element is blank. Second element 24 minus 18, so the penalty is 5. So 24 minus 18, you will get it as 6 here. And here it is 1 and here it is 0. Here the maximum value of this penalty, that is 43016, in the sense 6 will be the maximum value. Select this column. In this column the least value is 18, so start the allocation from this cell 18. So here the demand is 175, supply is 300, so 175 you have allocated. Okay, so the difference is 300 minus 175. Here 175 you have allocated here, so here it will be 0. Here the supply is 300, among 300 you have supplied 175, so 300 minus 175 will be 125. 125 remains. Okay, so here you have made it a 0. Delete this column. In the same manner, the remaining cells, once again you have to redraw it and find out the next penalty, that is P4, row wise as well as the column wise. I will mention in the same table. So since this is deleted, you are left with only D3 and D4. D3, D4 and the supply column. So here the first thing is blank, second also blank, because these two are deleted. And second, here column wise, when you take the difference, here the difference is 1, here it is 0. And P4, the first element is 0, that is blank. And the second difference is 14 minus 10, it is 4. And 13 minus 10, it is 3. The maximum value is 4 here. In this row, whichever the least element is there, start the allocation from that cell. Here the least element is 10. So here the demand is 250 and the supply is 125. So 125 supply is supplied here, so that's why it is 0. Since you made it in row wise, it is 0. Delete this row. Now among 250 demand, you have supplied 125. Okay, among 250 you have supplied 125. So the leftover is nothing but 125 again. Okay, 125 remains. Now start next allocation, that is P5. Find out the penalty row wise as well as column wise. The next penalty here, the row wise difference, first one is blank, second it is also blank because this row is deleted, that's why it is blank. And the third row, here 13 minus 10, it is 3. And the column wise, first is blank, second also deleted, it is blank. And the third one, only one element is there, so one element, keep 13 as it is. Here this row is deleted, keep 10 as it is. The maximum element in this P5 penalty is nothing but 13, so select this column. In this column, the 13 itself is the minimum value. Here the demand is 275 and the supply is 400. So 275 is allocated here. You have fulfilled it and delete this column. Now among 400, you have supplied 275. Okay, the remaining is nothing but 125. Left is nothing but 125. Okay, now what you have to do is, once again you have to start the allocation. That is P6 allocation. P6 one is nothing but P6. First is blank, first row is blank, second is also blank, third row only one element is there in the third row, so it is 10. And here P6 is nothing but first is blank, second is also blank, and the third element, that is also blank, only one element is there, that is 10. So the penalty is 10 itself. Either you select the row wise or the column wise. Start the allocation here. 125 is the demand and the supply is also 125. So allocate 125 here. This is also 0 and this is also 0. So you have fulfilled all the RIM requirement. Now you allocate all these values in your initial table. Whatever the initial table is there, you have to start the allocation in the initial table itself. So I will redraw the table once again. D1, when you redraw the table once again, you will get the total all formulated values like this: D1, D2, D3, D4 supply, and the first penalty, second penalty, third penalty, fourth, fifth, sixth, how many penalty we have done. So all these penalty values along with the allocations we have inserted in your one table. So we will get the final geometry will be like this. So after that we have to find out the total transportation cost. The total transportation cost will be the allocated value multiplied with the real value. That is like this: 200 into 11 plus 50 into 13. 175 into 18 and 125 into 10, 275 into 13. All these values are multiplied and added each other, so that you will get like this: 200 into 11 plus 50 into 13. Like this you will get, and the total transportation cost will be this much. Okay, so like this we can solve the transportation problem by using the VAM method. Thank you.